Good afternoon. You're live with Exhibit Scotland TV, Biosphere live streams. We're going for a brisk late afternoon, early evening walk. We've been doing a lot of blue health stuff recently, looking at stuff in the sea. And although we did go and find some cuckoos and warblers and things a few days ago, I wanted to come up here because this is my nearest special little woodland, and want to go hunting for bluebells, having a little look around the whole place in general. So it's part of the Glen App estate. Glen App Hotel Castle was awarded an award for being a beautiful and lovely place. And so rather than going for a wander very slowly up through the woodland, which is what I did last year, look at all this. Just have to show you all this beautiful. Look at that. Aren't they lovely? I love those. Such pretty flowers. It's a whole verge of the stuff. Lovely. Just lovely. So, Glen App Castle. It is. So, yeah, probably the best castle hotel in southwest Scotland. Okay, right. So, we're going to go up into some of the estate, and we are going to go quite quickly up the road and explore our way back down again, because we've got to get back before the battery runs out. Wow, look at this lovely twisty tree. He says we're not going to explore on the way up, but look at that. That's fantastic. It's like a nervous system or something. Absolutely fabulous. What a beautiful tree. What are you? Feels really soft. Looks like a hazel. If it was more rough than that, I'd say it was a wych elm. Maybe. I always kind of find them a bit confusing, the wych elm and hazel, particularly at this stage. It is a little bit rough, but it could be soft. And I need to find a wych elm to compare it with. I've got a feeling that this is hazel, because I always kind of feel that hazel have got a little bit more of a pointy bit at the edge of the leaves, kind of around there. So let's go and see if we can find more hazel and more elm to compare and contrast. I think that's one of the best ways to learn about nature, is to kind of try to learn as much as you can about different features of plants and animals and stuff, and then go out, have a look, see what you think, take some notes and things like we've just done. We've touched it, used our senses. We didn't smell it, but take some records, and then go and check notes, look on books, online, etc. In fact, a lot of people these days might just use an app, but I suggest that people don't just rely on apps. You also learn these things personally. Learn that this is bluebells. Beautiful. And all the different ways that you can learn can be quite fun as well. So what have we got over here? This looks very similar. And see, nice and this is much softer. And you notice that, see there, a little tooth there, and on the side there, that's that little prominent one there as well. Ooh. So what would clinch it for me would be finding a hazelnut. Slipped on the gravel there. Gravelly. Got out of the way of that car a bit too quick. Anyway, so can you see all the bluebells? They're all the way up through this woodland. Isn't that nice? So, as the woodland develops over the course of the summer, the little plants will get shaded out by, you see all those dark fronds. That's all looks like bracken or other types of fern. Could be broad buckler fern, male fern, hard fern. There's all sorts of different ferns you find depending on what type of woodlands you're in. So yeah, the wee flowers, they come out first, so you find things like these bluebells, and also wood anemone as well comes out early on. The other things you find in woodlands quite commonly are things like foxgloves and stitchworts, and what other flowers do you find in the woodland? One of my favourites is Herb Robert. Anyway, let's try and find some of these things. I'm seeing all sorts of nice friends I've not seen for a while. It's quite like that in the spring and the summer. Start seeing things again. You've not seen them since the winter. So here we go. Here's some wood anemone. Looking a little bit flat. It's been a while since they've been out. How's things? But it's still going. Just I just love the kind of photographic. Look at that. It's a lovely image, isn't it? Looking down there, those different kind of textures and colours and shapes as well. Those lovely spiral shapes. This is really great to look at the these. I think these are really good for, you know, observing the sacred geometry of nature. You know, look at that. Brilliant. Okay, I'm gonna look over the steep hill. So yeah, down there we've got a river and a bridge and stuff, and we're gonna go down there on our way back. Chaffinch. Wow. It's also quite interesting being over here, seeing, actually I've not been here since we had the big storm earlier in the year. So maybe it's not passable down there. I wonder if it's impassable. I'm going to have to go and have a look. Look at that, that's incredible. The wildlife will be using that as a way to cross the ravine. How cool. Sort of sad for the tree as well, but it's kind of nature. It's probably not dead either. Probably just grow from there. Looks like it's still potentially connected to the ground. Well, some roots are exposed. Oh, well, I suppose we'll have to find out. We might get stuck. Interesting. Oh well, we'll find out. That's a huge tree to have come down. There's more wood anemone here. Again, a little bit past it. Oh, look, they're nice. Those little dog violets. Beautiful little things. And all sorts of plants in amongst them. You might have noticed meadowsweet and stuff there. So, the path actually goes on the other side of the. So I think we'll be all right at that stage. Oh wow, look at that! Isn't that incredible? Probably wouldn't see that later in the year as well. Check this out. Do you see all that fungus there on the tree? All those bracket fungi. Looks like something, perhaps it's turkey tail. That's incredible. Lovely. That's really nice to see all of that. Fantastic. Of course, I'm just trying to pick out some things which I think are particularly nice to look at. Just so as we go, you'll see lots of things and you'll be like, there's some bluebells. Andy told me there were bluebells. So, there's a lot of rhododendron in this woodland as well, by the looks of things, as in there is in a lot of estates across Scotland. And seems to be a mixture up this avenue here of what seems to be pretty sure this is. I'm a bit confused now. A bit confused. Because that tree there had a little bit of what's called epicormic growth at the bottom of it. And usually I associate that with lime trees. I need to go back and find out whether hazel does it at all. I mean, it is quite natural for trees to do this. You see, there's like a little offshoot kind of coming up there. You know, stuff like that's quite common. Epicormal growth is a bit more like a big mass. Wow, it looks great down there. Look at that. Lovely. It's nice being up here at this level, like kind of up in the canopy almost, just taking it in. So I'm trying a different gimbal today. This is a non-stabilized gimbal. It's just a kind of hand-holding contraption which I basically contracted myself, and we're using the stabilization in the app, the cinematic stabilization. Because I was looking at a lot of people streaming and they don't seem to be walking around with fully stabilized stabilizers. You know what I mean? They're often just walking around with selfie sticks. Look at that. Beautiful. Interesting, the shape of that tree there shows us that there were less trees here when it grew, because you can see how it spreads out like that. It's nice and rounded. It's a more open grown tree. So if that had been in amongst other trees, it would be more leggy like these ones. So yeah, it's interesting. You can kind of see stages in the woodlands if you know what to look for. Sometimes it might be something like a little bit of archaeology in the woodland. Sort of semi-recent archaeology. A lot of woodlands in the fairly near history have people living and working in them, often making charcoal for various industries, or basically growing and managing the woodlands for timber. And wow, so this is, a couple of days ago I was like looking at some lady's mantle and I got it confused with this flower. This is opposite leaf golden saxifrage, and as you can see, if you were in the other stream, they do look, actually, those flowers do look kind of same. Very, very different leaves though. It's just absolutely covering this bank here. It's amazing. Isn't that gorgeous? So yeah, opposite leafed. The leaves are opposite each other on the stalk. See, so they're coming out from that little apex there. And they're opposite each other. And it's kind of golden. Certainly looks quite golden in the sunlight. So yeah, I like opposite leaf golden saxifrage. I think it's pretty pretty. This one here, although it's not properly out yet, St. John's wort. Anyway, let's go. Let's keep going. Let's not look too much at things on the way up. So I'm wondering if the leaves down there are lime leaves. Right, the first one's that, no, I don't think it is. I'm getting well confused. Oh, it's very interesting. I like this. I like getting confused because it means I've got to go away and find out more. So you see all this growth at the bottom here. This I associate with lime leaves. This is also what I associate with lime leaves. Nice big heart-shaped leaves. You see, nice rounded tops. And but as you come down, I'm trying to work out, does it have corners like there is one there? I wonder. Interesting. I'm going to have to go and check my trees properly now, which is not something I expected to be having to check. I wonder if it's some sort of like, you know, slightly different types of lime. But if you look just, yeah. Well, I've got these images. I'll look back on the VODs and have a look at these. This is definitely way softer, just not rough at all. This one, so soft. I can imagine it was softer when it first came out. I don't know, maybe they get softer as they get older. Oh, look at that guy. Hi. Did you make that hole? Was that you? Uh-huh. It was me. Beautiful thing. I wonder what it's going to turn into. Any moth experts in the chat? I reckon it's a moth of some sort. Look at it, just hanging on there, upside down, doing caterpillar things. Go on, take a munch out of it for somebody. Let's have some caterpillar ASMR. Look at this hole here. You made that hole, didn't you? Interestingly, it's not too bothered about me. If I was a bird and you were wriggling around like that, I think you'd be somebody's breakfast. Surprised it's not focusing in there. There we go. Okay, thank you, Mr. Caterpillar. Let's keep going. 64% battery. So yeah, gorgeous. So at the top of here there's a big hotel castle and some nice grounds, and there's a tea room and that sort of thing that you can go and be in as a member of the public. It's very nice. Very nice. Civilized. A vehicle approaching. Might be on the other side of the road though. See, I'm starting to think they're all lime now, because it's lime avenues is just a very common feature of a lot of estates. But that first one we went to, that really twisty one, didn't look so limey. Wow, look at this huge Scots pine that's fallen down. That's incredible. Wow. Some serious rot in there as well. I bet it's the sort of place somebody might live. Holy moly, let's get on top of this. 1, 2, 3. Whew. Wow, so we can get a bit more of a sense of the amount of wood here. Whew. It's a big tree. Big. Unfortunately, this won't regrow. Pine trees don't seem to do that. Or conifers. Anyway. Incredible though. See where it's come down from up there as well. Wow. Well, so we had a big storm. When would it have been? Was it January or February? 28th of January, I feel like it was. It was the 28th of February. Look at that, it's totally hot. Totally rotten in there. Ew. Crazy. Still alive. Still totally functional. That's the thing about a lot of trees, they become hollow in the middle. Right, let's get back down. So much tree. The last wee bit of energy there. Seems to still be alive a bit. Looking quite a bit forlorn. I'd be forlorn as well if I'd fallen over like that. Whew. Holy moly. Alley-oop. So yeah, this is rhododendron ponticum, and it's not from Scotland, it's from another place which is much colder, somewhere like the Himalayas. It's an evergreen, it's got this waxy leaves like our holly, and it's super good at surviving, which is why it's doing really well here now that it's left the gardens because people didn't look after it. And that's what happens when you don't look after things, you go rogue. Wow. Incredible amount of wonky trees around here as a result of the storm. Wow. This is the most impact I think I've seen anywhere. Wow. Well, I'll not need to get wood for a long time, and they'll be able to probably sell some of that wood for tabletops and all sorts of things, because it's super nice wood. Wow. So yeah, this is where I was going to go down into the forest. So there's a path down here, and it's just about navigating it because of all the fallen wood. Probably get down a bit further up. I think we're going to go this way. We can navigate this without too much trouble. It'd be quite nice to look at it as well. It's not often you get to see the sorts of lichen that's high up in the trees, you know. So here we can get a look at the stuff that would be high up in the trees, non-visible. And maybe some fungi, you never know. Oh, it's something interesting. It's quite cool seeing, look at the way the branches are kind of like matted with moss as well. Incredible. That's what happens when you have a natural environment dripping with moss and lichen. We'll see. Oh. Someone's been having fun here with a chainsaw or a wee mini saw of sorts. Yes. Smells good. From the point of view of exploring this type of tree, this is pretty cool. Look at this amazing lichen and sap coming out there. It smells great. This area smells lovely. You know that lovely smell of pine wood. Not just pine tree by the looks of things. It looks like maybe an ash bark, this one. Ash bark's often quite, has these like all that coloration in it. It's quite silvery when it's young. Wow. Oh, it smells great. Yeah. So, yeah. Logs for all, forever, forevermore. Yeah, hotel. I assume we'll use all this up for their lovely fires, log fires and stuff. So they can have their esteemed guests supping a whiskey by a log fire. There we go. Instantly as I come in here, I'm starting to feel a slight coolness. Way back we're going to have to go and have a look at the tree stump where we found the sprain or whatever it was. See if there's any more. See if it's a territorial marking. See if there's this stuff, fresh stuff there this year. We're going to get the camera out pronto. I didn't do it in the end last year. I didn't feel that it was really had enough time left in the year. It's just getting a bit wintry. But this time of year, I think it might be a bit more fruitful. So yeah, this massive giant redwood here. Or sequoia. The one just at the back there. It's got a tall friend as well, a Scots pine in the front. Pleased it's survived. A twisty tree there. A nice wee bamboo den. Nice wee bamboo den. It's been kind of hollowed out in the middle like a little room. Nice for a wee meditate or a wee tea ceremony or something. Or a story or something that probably look cool. Could light it up nicely. Anyway, there's a lot more of the glen up there to look at. We're going to start our wander back now. At 55%. I'm going to take a bit more time about this now. Really properly explore. I'm going to do a slow walk. I invite you to do a slow walk with me back to the car. When we do a slow walk, we walk with innocence and curiosity and allow ourselves to be guided by our senses and to explore whatever we feel we want to explore.
Im says, hello, no banana seals to watch today.
Whiney, hi. Well done. You got the TTS to work. Today we are in the woods and having a bit of a woodland exploration. Do you know what type of tree this is? It's giant and it's red.
Im says, a big one.
And it's spongy. A spongy big red giant tree. It's a giant redwood. How are you, Whammy? What's happening? We might go down to the seals after, but yesterday the seals were they were way far out. They were playing quite a lot. I need to get down there. That looks amazing down there. I need to go down to the water. Little grass heads delivering all the pollen. Make me sneeze. Ah, cool. I like this. I like this. I like this. I like this. They're big. They're really dark. Volcanic rock. Yeah. So good.
Says, looks like an amazing place to chill on a hot summer day.
Yes. On a hot sunny day, this is just the place. Look at this. Get to look under the ground. Hundreds of years ago, when all this was deposited here, you can see all the different types of stone and stuff. This river has carved this bit out and it's fallen away. This is a kind of floodplain here. Sometimes it must come down on torrent here. Ah, interesting. I'm gonna have to just lean you over for a second while I tie my shoelace. Must have got caught in a plant. Whoop. Wow. This is good. Yes. Nice little, like, little cheeky ferns there underneath the roots of the, looks like a, maybe a, not sure what that is from this distance. My eyes are a bit blurry on that distance. That's holly. Hello, holly. Right. Now, I just needed to come down into this bit of river. I really needed to experience it. I don't know what it is about being in rivers, like, but I really like it. Like when the river's kind of gone away, obviously. Let's have a quick sneaky peeky in over here. There's lots of little plunge pools on this river. We dip places you can just dip all the way along here. This is nice over here. I'm going to go onto the other side because I don't want to don't have to come all the way back basically. So let's get back over. Can we make it, guys? Can we make it? We made it. Oh, I'm dead now. Cool. That's nice, isn't it? I like these guys. Those pretty bee runways. Ready for bees to land, pollinators to land with their landing strips. What's amazing is when you look at these types of flowers under UV light, sometimes the landing strips glow. It's cool. So that's a way that we could have come down. So we're going to go down here. Lots of beech leaves on the ground. Tells me a story about what's overhead. There's some little ash regen there, that's nice to see. Alongside some sycamore. And yeah, some beech as well, obviously. Beech isn't great woodland. It's doesn't support as many things as like oak woodland, for example. It's so nice. Little waterfall place here. What are people doing today? Is it possible for you to access some countryside? Excuse me. The light on that tree. The shadows. Very nice. Why are you effing now? Check one. A little F there. I don't think it was us. I think it was just one of those Fs that we've been getting regularly. Some midges going down there. Incredible. Can you see that? See all the insects over the water there, circling and circling and circling. That looks like a bat meal. That would fly up and down there, sucking in them rapid. Just have to get out with the bat detector again soon. Look at that. Sometimes you can see really old graffiti on trees, stuff that's been done a long time ago. And usually it's quite high up the tree, because obviously it's grown with the tree. Look at all this in here. That's natural graffiti. And this wood here at the sides here, this curved wood, it's going round and round very, very tightly, so it's incredibly strong wood, which means that the heartwood can rot away quite happily. And the tree is supported by this really solid stuff. There's usually about 70% of the tree will be allowed to rot away before they would take it down. Well, people would take it down just maybe that's not on it. Maybe that's just a general rule. So this is nice soft. This is a beech tree. Nice soft beech leaves when they first come out. So yeah, there's some fallen trees here, but they were fallen last summer. This one was fallen last summer. This landslide. So yeah, it's definitely rewilding itself, this valley, which is quite cool. It's becoming very tumbled, and that's great for nature, great for birds, and all the, great for otters and pine marten and red squirrel and all the great things we've got here, owls, and mice, all that, the whole shebang. So yeah, just being quite general about today's walk, not getting into too much, just trying to just enjoy things for the sake of enjoying them, like this. The lovely way that this is all sprouting. Look at that. It's almost like an umbrella, an upside down umbrella, or an octopus. What's it like in there, guys? It's like some sort of travel to some sort of wormhole, another dimension. Cool, huh? Who does this remind you of? Anybody? Anybody? That's going to be my quiz for the afternoon. Do you know what this is? It's a member of the gallium family. Like Sticky Willy, but it's not Sticky Willy. It's something else. It's wood. It's in the woods. I think you've only got one more just saw a dipper. I've heard it as well. There's only one more word in that name, so giving you all the clues. See if somebody gets it. Hear that? That's chaffinch. So yeah, if we're lucky we might see a dipper. Oh, I'm being a bit noisy here. Breaking a branch when you step on it, that's a sure way to alert nature to you. That beep beep, beep beep, sounded like a wagtail. There we go, there's a wagtail. The tree. Cool to see. It's a grey wagtail. Grey wagtails are quite yellow. Difficult to show you. Difficult. Yeah, that's what I'd love to be able to have. If I had some sort of binoculars just now, live stream binoculars, that would be so cool. I've got a live stream telescope. Don't know how we could make live stream binoculars. That would be so funky. Beautiful, isn't it? young beech trees. So pretty when they come out in the late spring. Let's keep going on our adventure. Ooh. We've met an obstacle. Can't go over it. Can't go under it. Have to go around it. Excuse me, Mr. Rhododendron, while I pass through. Thank you very much. Look at this. Stress and strain there. See that hung up branch up there? It's a bit problematic. See, it's hung up in the tree up there. How long it'll stay up there. Hawthorn, amazing. There's the hawthorn. Just remember, we can eat the hawthorn. Nom nom nom. Tastes like hawthorn.
Cryptic 1010 says, as.
Easy, Cryptic. Welcome. Cool. So we're on our way back down the hill now, just slowly exploring on our walk down. So here we go. There's, remember I was talking about the trees I thought were hazel trees and how I thought it had a prominent point on either corner like that. And this is my idea of a hazel leaf, and it's not rough. It's a little bit rough, but it's not as rough as a wych elm rough. But earlier we were looking at those, and those lime leaves, and they had these big heart shapes. Whereas look at these narrow at the top like this. So There's a one in miniature. So they are different from the lime leaves, remember? We were looking at the lime leaves. So now we need to find a bona fide elm. Ooh, look, cinder fungus. You see this? Is it going to focus on it? No. You going to focus on it? Difficult, it doesn't want to focus on it. Let's put it on a leaf, maybe that'll work. There we go. So see that black stuff? That's cinder fungus. Nasty stuff for trees. Absolutely stunning woodland here. This is on the Glen App estate. You're over doing there, which we'll get to in a second.
Cryptic Audio 1010 says, lovely woodland.
Yeah, this bit here, Kamal, that we're just coming into, this is a really nice bit. We kind of come down and there's an area, flat area, and so if you look back on the VOD, you'll be able to see the kind of bamboo area with where it's good
from
for
your gaff?
Walking 15 minutes maximum, by car 3 minutes. It's kind of
It
basic.
says paradise for ticks as well.
No, well maybe, but I've not come across a tick here yet, he says, but everywhere is paradise for ticks in Scotland, basically. Look at this nettle. Isn't that good? With the sun shining through it like that. Pure jaggy business. Look at that. Amazing. Lovely thing. These beautiful ferns. Wow. So, this is coming down into this area. So this is the area I was thinking it would be great for bluebells. And look, here we are. Bluebells. All the bluebells. And I'm hoping that this whole area down here is going to be full of bluebells, which it is. So this is what I was wanting. I want to come here and do a bit of filming in amongst the bluebells.
Cryptic Audio 1010 says, wow, that's so lush.
It is, bro, you've got to come down here and properly understand. Like, see, when I got back from Glasgow and I got here, it felt like I was on holiday. When you know that feeling you get when you just go, oh, thank God for that.
Sam program with me too.
Oh, Sam's with you as well. Hi, Sam program. I just spotted a wee coltit. Don't know whether it's possible to get the coltit on the camera. I'll have a go though. Whee! Oh, it's getting even closer. Amazing. See how it's got a little punky white Mohican. Whee!
Looks like Jurassic Park.
It's super nice, man. Like, so yeah, I want to come. I think I'm going to do some filming here about woodland management, tools, different things, countryside stuff, toolbox talks, all that sort of thing. And what I needed to find out was, when is the sun in here actually? Did you hear that? That's a wren. Beautiful. See, that one's more rough. This one I would think is more like a witch elm, and it's that feels really rough now. I need to work out. I need to learn my trees again. I've forgotten my trees over the winter somehow. I've forgotten the difference between elm and hazel and lime, it seems. Probably why I was getting so, I don't know why I'm getting so confused. That's really, really weird. So yeah, there's this nice place down here which is a potentially lovely place for sit spots by the river. And yeah, the sun, what time is it now? So it's 6 o'clock now. So I reckon probably any time from like midday till about now, the sun is going to be here on a hot day. Right, and it's a great spot here. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go and look at a tree where I found some very interesting poo last time I was here. I'm going to go and look to see. Oh, interesting. There's a little fire area there somebody's made. Very interesting. It's not a very busy area, this. It's probably local people that have done that. Possibly even people from the hotel. So yeah, this is the part of the woodland which is kind of attached to Glen App Estate. It's not, I believe it's not actually the, well, it doesn't actually belong to the hotel, but right. So this is the tree where I found these are the trees. So you can see how high up that is. It's a good metre off the ground, which I thought would be really odd to find otter spraying here up that high. Maybe think it was pine marten. So now I'm having a look to see if there's anything around here. So you can see the old remains there. Actually, look there and there. Interesting. It's those tube-shaped things that were in it that are left over. See, whatever that is. That's really strange. What is that stuff? It's really weird, whatever is in that. So, any more? Any more? Just gonna have to wander about a bit and have a bit of a sniff around and look for things. Oh, no. Super nice, isn't it? The way that so water has algae in it, and algae releases gas. So that looks like what that is. Kind of just caught behind the sticks. So what I'm doing right now is I'm looking on, I'm kind of casting my eyes over prominent spots, because quite often animals do that. They look for a wee prominent spot, and that's where they leave their droppings or whatever. Like over here, for example.
1010 says, the river sounds dreamy.
It's lovely. So you see the whiteness of the stuff on here. And it's on these little rocks in front of me as well. So this tells me that it's potentially the edge of the territory of a dipper or or one of those grey wagtails. So yeah, basically tracks and trails. It could be footprints. It could be all sorts of different things. But yeah, spraint. Look at this. Wood sorrel. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Wood sorrel looks like a bit like a clover. tastes good, tastes a bit like apples. It's nice to see it here, popping out on the tree. That's nettles. I thought it was a birch tree growing out of the moss. It's just nettles. Okay, so my phone just said to me, you've got 20 minutes left before you need to plug me in. So there's nothing obvious here at the moment. There's a snail. Just double check. Yeah, let's see. There's some more markings left by somebody. Wonder who does that. There's a chance there might be a kingfisher here as well. So we'll have to just keep checking around this area, I think. And if we ever again find some fresh spraint, we need to get a camera out and see who left it. Okay. So yeah, this is a beautiful little spot. And if you'd like to come and sit with me by this spot, visit my YouTube channel, because we did a little sit spot here last summer, or like late last summer. So you can explore that little adventure we did then on YouTube. But we shall do many more of these woodland walks up here, and because this is like probably the closest and best woodland to where the Biosphere live streams are based, which is a village called Ballintray. In southwest Scotland. So we're coming into a bit of woodland which looks like it's got some wee bit more human history. Obviously the whole glen here has got human history, but there's a bit of plantation woodland up to the right. Then as we go down to the left, we're going to come to what looks like maybe an old mill lade, which is basically like a diversion to divert the water from the river to something like a wheel, probably, of sorts, to create some motion for a mill or some form of early mechanized system. Beautiful. So this is us in some plantation woodland, some planted woodland. As you can see that they're much more densely packed together, because the objective is to grow tall, straight wood. So they're packed together so they compete for each other for the light, push up tall. But unfortunately, that approach is not so good for woodland. Like all the other wildlife, you look underneath there, how barren and sparse it is. And if I turn around here and we look under what we call native broadleaf woodland, you see how native broadleaf woodland supports such a more diverse range of plants and animals. So it's important now to engage in mixed forestry. So, wow, there's a really nice little gorge there, which I believe is really nice to do gorge walking in. If you like that idea, there's a company local to here called Adventure Carrick and the Adventure Centre for Education, and they're based in Girvan, which is the next town up from this place. And yeah, speak to them if you want to do some activities in water. Right, so what we're going to do, guys, we're going to go over it, or we're going to go through it, or we're going to go under it. What we're going to do, Bijou, we go under it. Ooh, it's really bendy. So I think I'm going to go over that one, under this one, and over this one.
Cryptic Audio 1010 says, under LOL.
Under. Crawl under. So we should do a goal, a crawl under the undergrowth goal. So yeah, here we are, another beautiful bridge, and you can see down into the gorge here. So yeah, lots of little places where you can just like come off the path and have a little dip in really quite safe. It's a very safe area here, you know, for just dipping. That one there might be a bit steep, but it's definitely a nice pool of water down there. So yeah, you can see up there through. It's very nice. Lots of nice little places to dip. If you wanted to do a kind of woodland paddling session, this would be a safe place to do that. Okay. Let's just quickly go down to the waterfall. Got all this dead nettle again. Lovely stuff. Beautiful. Mossy stones covered in ferns. So yeah, as you can see, it's really quite safe, accessible, watery bits. Nice. Right. Which way? This way. So when I walk, I'm very careful about the way where I put my feet, so I don't stand on all the plants and stuff. So here's a much different type of atmosphere, going through some more plantation wood. And you'll hear how the woodland dampens the sound from all around. It becomes much more muted. Okay, got my 10% battery warning, which means I need to get a move on now if we're not going to get cut off. So we'll speed up our slow walk.
Only just recently saw a little documentary about the Strid, the most dangerous river in the world.
Ooh, wow. Why is it dangerous? Is it just I suppose it's probably for a lot of different reasons in different parts of it. So this is us nearly at the back at the van, and I don't know how long that walk took. Approximately 80 minutes or 70 minutes. How long's the stream been on, guys? I think it's about 1% battery per minute. So there we go, we've just been on one of the Stincher Valley trails. Lovely. Thank you very much, Woodland.